The coup de grace is finally here for the summer 2019 over 50 hockey season. It is the over 50 Cup, and of course can't really remember which number it's been because yes folks, we have been in that mojo for nearly a decade now where it's season after season and pretty much again lost count for all we know. And although we've lost count, you could also say the Red Army and the Green Hornets both have lost count in how many appearances they have been in this over 50 Cup, but should be nevertheless a thriller up to the finish. Hi everybody, Angelo Pontello here bringing the broadcast action, and joining me a special guest for today's game, Angelo Pontello, the Golden Knight defenseman who suffered a tough 10-5 loss last week to this very Red Army team that you see playing here in front of you. But Angelo, we have ourselves probably a storyline for the ages. You've got a team that is on the cusp of finishing 14-0, an over 50 hockey best record versus a Green Hornet team very capable offensively and has been looking at this matchup since their last loss to the Red Army.
Yeah, it's correct, Angelo. Everything you're saying there. When we played this Red Army team last week, we had them up 5-3, but we just couldn't maintain it. And it just goes to show you how resourceful and powerful they are. They got Woody that was controlling most of that game, setting them up. But you got guys like Ricci, Dominici. I mean, these guys can put a puck in the net too, you know, and it makes it really difficult for your other forwards. So if you're cracking after Omar, you know, Hartley's out there putting pucks in net. So, you know, you can focus on one guy, but it's a whole team effort there. And then the game before that with the Green Army and the Grey Wolves, I mean, like that was one heck of a game, tied up with I think a second left in the game, and then went down to 1 second in the overtime until Green, you know, took them. And it's just one of those games. So today we got basically the two best teams overall for the whole season playing against themselves in the finals, and that's really the way it's supposed to be, right? 1 against 2.
Absolutely, and for the Red Army again, you mentioned Woody Borg and Pete Dominici and Mike Ricci. So many elements of different players, a different stigma of things, but nevertheless, you look at some of these guys, Woody Borg already putting up some eye-popping numbers with 25 goals and 16 assists now at the point, along with Hartley McDonald, who's been able to score 17 goals and adding on 2 assists, and then Mike Ricci, the other player that's already above 10 plus goals, with a total of 12 and 10 assists. So you really look at the Red Army team, Angelo, and if one person goes down, another person's going to try to step up and make a play.
I think that's pretty much the case. It's been all year. Again, the backbone obviously. On the other team, you have a notable injury today. Lou DeMeza is out with a knee injury, and you know what? That's huge for them because Lou, Rick, and Homer, quite the lineup there. Which was very instrumental in their win last week. And so, you know, we're hoping that they don't lose too much because of the Lou issue, but, you know, if he could lace up the skates, he'd be out there playing. So we'll see how they contain Woody and then see how the middle of the lineup works for them and see if they can be that supporting cast that the Green team needs to try to pull an upset here.
Lou DeMeza suffering a right knee injury in the final waning moments of regulation before the Grey Wolves tied things up at 3 last week. And then in overtime, the Green Hornets getting a golden goal off of a Doug Radigan skate that bounced right into the net, which is the reason why they're here today. But face-off now here commencing. G-Man Cloutier and Joe DeFranco are officials for today's game. Keaton Clay, our scorekeeper as well. And we are off to the races. Over 50 Cup is here and ready in action. Delano gets this puck off, gets it over to Gallant. Gallant trying to work things up quickly, but it's right back to Woody Borg and the Red Army. This is Ricci trying to move things up quickly, looking to get this one backside, gets it back in the Green Hornet end. As Heldelin putting pressure on early in this Green Hornet zone. Green Hornets trying to wake up quickly. Red Army, unlike last week, getting off to a hot, fast start here in the early moments of this over 50 Cup. Gallant slips and falls, trying to keep possession, could not, and it comes back to Dominici. Woody Borg buying some time. This one gets off to Gallant. This one heads back over to McDonald. And Gallant gets this one cleared away as it comes back over to Woody Borg. Borg trying to find the pass off to Dominici, does. Sets up off the stick of Helwin, comes back over to Delano. Paul Delano, a newcomer in over 50 hockey, very aggressive at that. Somebody you definitely want to spy on. Woody Borg, who has been constant with the puck and one of the better puck controllers in this league. It's going to be a key matchup today to look out for that. Paul Delano on Woody Borg just might be a key ingredient for these Green Hornets.
Well, your first shifts are over. It's 0-0 still, and let's see what the middle of the lineup does for both teams.
Ira Lussman, Phil Field, and company checking onto the ice for the Green Hornets. As this one gets set up back to Jackson, taken away by Phil Field, trying to set up to his man, and will be taken away by Sharina. Sutherland trying to get a handle on the puck, but instead comes back to Jackson. Stopped by Field. This one knocked back by Falbo, gets regrouped by Ira Lussman, playing at the defense position today. Gets back over to Sutherland, intercepted by Sharina. And this one will get cleared back into the Green Hornet end. Bob Gardner initially looking for that icing call, does not get it. And comes Mark Walker in his own end, trying to move the puck up. Taken back, this is Kevin Reels, knocked off the puck by Sutherland. 9:28 in the opening period. No score here at the Ice Sports Forum's North Rink. It is over 50 Cup action. Red Army looking to defend that over 50 Cup title. Green Hornets trying to win themselves another championship. The Green Hornets, the team in this over 50 hockey league with the most over 50 Cup appearances in over 50 hockey history. Meanwhile, the Red Army closing in on that mark of championships won. And a back-to-back title would definitely be icing on the cake to what has already been a magical season for this Red squad. Gallant sets up to Omer Chiquan. Chiquan forced to dump it in the Red Army end. Back over to Lugo, intercepted by Chiquan with the wraparound, and goes in!
Well, there you go. It's a perfect example of Omar watching Woody, see what he's going to do, and then like a little magician, anticipates the pass behind the net from Pete, rips it away. Goalie didn't even have a chance. Chris didn't even know that Omar was there. Did a quick wraparound off the skate. Beautiful goal.
Tony Lugo looking for the setup. Omer Chiquan right there in position for the wraparound goal. And so the Green Hornets strike first, 1-0 here at the Ice Sports Forum. Nevertheless, though, Red Army, we've seen a couple of times already. A couple of times trying to figure out a rough start. And speaking of rough starts, Mike Ricci heading to the box for a slashing call early.
Yeah, he no reason for that. He took the stick right out of his hand. That was an easy call there. Rick was trying to go behind the net with that puck, and poor choice at that one there. And wasn't even an offensive threat. So let's see what they do on the power play.
So this power play coming up here for the Red Army, thing that has been an issue for them as of late. The penalties have suddenly come back to haunt them. Red Army finished the regular season with just 12 penalty minutes, the fewest in this over 50 hockey season. But last week against the Golden Knights came up with 8 penalty minutes, almost 2/3 of their total if you do the math. But nevertheless, these penalties starting to surface for the Red Army, and they just haven't been the same. Borg shakes off Delano, now looking to shake off Gallant. Borg struggling to maintain possession, coughs it up to Delano. Chiquan working right side. Back to Gallant. Green Hornets trying to capitalize on this power play. Gallant looking back around, taken away by Heldwin. Heldwin back to Delano. Shot fired to the right. Chiquan bides his time, sets up, hits top shelf, right where Mama hides them cookies, and Chiquan is up 2-0 for the Green Hornets.
That was an amazing heads-up play by Paul. Snuck it over to Omar, who was waiting on the doorstep. See, that's what I'm talking about. You got guys that are covering Woody now. Woody has to cuff up the puck, and he has to play his position, and they have the ability to pass over to Omar wide open. Omar's not even tied up. That's a 9 out of 10 goal right out of there. He's going to score that 9 out of 10 times.
Chiquan, who was out last week on vacation, already coming in and dominating early on here in this first period, finding ways to finish, courtesy of his teammates as well for the beautiful setups and opportunities capitalized. But Again, that's what you got to see from this longtime over 50 hockey vet, one of the premier players in this league, stepping up in big key moments. And what a better way to step up here than an over 50 cup. Chiquan already finished the season with 13 goals and 12 assists, which is pretty much an average mark for this mid-60s young man. Nevertheless, Chiquan definitely keeping things rolling for this Green Hornets squad. Sharina and company now down 2-0, trying to get on the board. Sets back up, and it'll be stopped, taken away. Green Hornets on the move again from Sutherland. Working off the right side. Ragusa knocking off the puck. This is to Lussman. Can't keep it in the Red Army zone. Has to regroup. And again, folks, just like last week, the Red Army started off strong in the first few minutes. Now is suddenly getting into a little bit of a lull here. Down 2-0. Green Hornets trying to keep the pressure on them. Woody Borg on the move. Borg's going to take this one himself, working off the right side. Pressure coming up. And a penalty upcoming on the Green Hornets. And we're going to see what the official call is. A slash. Guy Moncloudier not having any funny business here in this over 50 cup. And so it's going to be a slash on Paul Delano and an opportunity for the Red Army to cut the deficit.
That's not Delano. It's the other defenseman. Paul's up there still. So I don't know who he called it on or why he called it. I didn't see it, actually.
The new guy, 15.
So we're getting word now that it wasn't Paul Delano, but actually Brian Pompos who picks up the penalty.
I think that's his first penalty this year.
And so now a coincidental has been issued. So a fight for the puck between Pompos and Sharina. And so with that, still 5-on-5. But it looked initially like it was going to be a power play coming for the Red Army.
Yeah, that's a real big help for the Green Army. That's, I'll tell you right there. So they're not a man short with that power play that they have on the Red Army is pretty deadly.
And for the Red Army, not very often do we see them get big crowds, but especially here in the over 50 Cup, they do have quite a crowd for what it's worth here at the Ice Sports Forum's North Rink. Mark Walker trying to clear this one away, stopped by Dominici. Looking for Ricci, and it comes back to Delano. Dominici knocked off the puck by Chiquan, but still got it off to Ricci. Deflected off by Delano, and Gardner is there for the stop. 5:50 to go in the opening period. It is a 2-0 Green Hornet lead. And of course, for the Green Hornets, they are banging right now in this Ice Sports Forum's North Rink. Meanwhile, in the South Rink, public skating activity going on, but that's what you expect from 2:15 slot times. But it has been nothing but big time noise for this Green Hornet squad. Red Army still looking for an answer early on here as Heldwin will take the faceoff against Chiquan. Back to Dominici, shot fired in to a Green Hornet defender, and here comes Gallant the other way. Chiquan steps up from behind. Gallant back over to Delano, shot fired and goes through. So Paul Delano getting a little bit of some action here on the stat sheet in this over 50 Cup. Delano now with his third goal of the season gets it to extend this lead to 3-0. So this one gets back over to Chiquan, and an offsides call for the Green Hornets.
Yeah, so there you have a great situation of you got an Omar setting it up over to Rick. Rick, Rick gets the puck, looks, patience, drops at the ball one time, sit right in and lower blocker side. Not sure how much that shoulder's really bothering Chris right now and how much of a factor it is, but he's looking normal right now. Still playing great, but there's 3 quality goals that they've gotten so far. Not, you know, the bounce offs and everything else like that. So Red Army's got their hands full, I'll tell you right now.
And that's not the only thing that looks like their hands are getting full, and looks like that penalty box is going to be even fuller on the Green Hornets side, because again, that coincidental is not up yet, but another penalty on the Green Hornets. This time it'll be a tripping call, and there the Red Army will have an opportunity for their power play.
And that's against Omar. That's their best player, and this is going to hurt them. Starting on the power play though, I don't see Pete and Wood. Tough call there.
So in a situation like this, as we look at who's out there right now, Mike Falbo at left wing, Scott Helwin at center, right wing is Tony Lugo. You got defenders back and Kevin Reels and Matt Sharina. But in a situation like this, the Red Army have to find a way to capitalize. Reels off the stick of a Green Hornet defender, and that's Mark Walker, and this one gets cleared out. Sharina, Gallant with the piece of the puck, but still gets off to Lugo. Off of foul ball, just gets back over to Walker. Heldwin trying to set this one up for the Red Army. Almost missed an opportunity by Sharina. That was right there by the net. And Lugo pulls it back beyond the blue line, and the Red Army's forced to regroup. This one picked back over by Heldwin. Finding some options, bounces off of the Green Hornets. This one gets out to Lugo, and sucked in for the save is Bob Gardner. Mark Hunger getting in a little bit of defensive activity as well for the Green Hornets, but already, Angelo, we can tell 3-0 Green Hornets. They must have been watching your game from last week, because it seems like they have been responding to every little issue that the Red Army has been throwing against them.
Well, so far defensively they're playing it well, and offensively they're doing even better. So hats off to the Green Hornets right now. Lot of game left to play though.
4:20 in the opening period as Delano and company coming up on the move. Borg fires the shot just off to the right.
A great save by Gardner there. Got his left pad on that one. It looks like Gardner's ready for this game.
Ragusa clears it in the opposite direction. No defenders home, but here comes Woody Borg. Borg on the move. He's got 4-on-2 for the Red Army. Borg skates around looking to make a move off, but Gardner couldn't squeeze it in. Picks up his own rebound nevertheless. This one's set back to Dominici. Firing shot, kicked away by Gardner. Comes back to Borg. Red Army looking for another offensive opportunity. 19 seconds in on the power play. Trying to jab it in was Hartley McDonald. And the Green Hornets coming through, and Hartley getting very heated here early on. And we're going to see what the referees have to say about that.
Well, Phil Fields came in through the crease and basically tackled Hartley. That was uncalled for. I don't think the referee caught it. And of course, if he doesn't catch it, it's no penalty. But you can't react that way. It's unfortunate. But I feel the pain. I've been on both ends of that. You're trying to stop them from scoring. They're trying to get that pivotal first goal. And they didn't get it, but looks like it's coincidental.
And that is exactly the key. McDonald and Field heading into the box. A second coincidental, but again, with the Red Army and the Green Hornets, we've always looked at this season as a big rivalry. Overall, it's been a rivalry nevertheless, but still, with this season in particular, like we mentioned early on in this pregame, you got the top 2 teams heading at it. Green Hornets have been hungry for a win over this Red Army squad. They've came close the past 2 meetings, but just couldn't find a way to close it out. This time they are up 3-0 over the Red Army with 3:33 to go in the opening period. 16 seconds on the power play for the Red Army as they look to still capitalize here, trying to get their first goal. Gallant gets a piece of this one. Borg is back. One-timer shot by Hunger, knocked off by Ragusa. This one taken up by Dominici. We are all even here at the iSports Forum. Dominici looking for a man in behind, taken away by Hunger. Stopped by Borg. This is Ricci. Lost the puck. This one gets back over to Pompous. This one heading all the way back. Scott Helwin with possession of the puck. Chiquan shadowing in on one of the top 5 scorers in this over 50 league. Puck off to Sharina. Looking for John Hansen. Cleared away by Delano. Ragusa lets this one off to Borg.
A little over 2 minutes to play in this period. Here goes Woody. See what he's going to do? Lost control.
And so
we got 3 players now that are playing around and passing around. Rick is controlling that play, looking for his man.
Gallant, in the end, looking for the setup, could not reach his man. Green Hornets forced to regroup. A near opportunity to finish for the Green Hornets doesn't come into fruition. Sutherland had it right on his stick, but it went past him, and now an icing call upcoming. So Angela, as we look at this period so far, first period, it seems like with Woody Borg, again, he's been struggling to try to do his usual coast-to-coast runs, but the Green Hornets have been doing their homework. For every time Borg tries to get a setup, there's always a Green Hornet waiting to spy on him.
Well, that's a big deal. If you let Woody get a wind-up, that's pretty deadly. Hard to stop him one-on-one. But you contain him like they're doing. He's got to make a play, and it's up to the other guys to, complete it or move the puck forward. And so far, they haven't done that.
So offsides call as Mitch Starr got a piece of that puck, trying to clear it in.
And the one time that Woody did cut in on that power play, he dished it off to Hartley, and Hartley was right on the doorstep there, had a couple whacks, but then when Phil took him down, because Hartley's deadly in front of the net, you have to take the man out, although I didn't think you had to take him out that physically, and then Hartley retaliates, and it's constant, coincidental. It's like, they shouldn't have done it. Should have kept this kid, they would have had another power play.
Phil Field, believe it or not, as physical as he plays, only came up with 2 penalty minutes in this season compared to Paul Delano, who led the league in penalty minutes at 22 this season. Green Hornets overall, the team with the most penalty minutes, but this time they've been able to control themselves a little bit more and forcing the Red Army to play physical back. Lussman keeps it in the Red Army end. This is back to Sutherland. Starr trying to keep it in possession for the Green Hornets, but it's Helwin who picks it up for the Red Army. Helwin just out of the reach of Mike Falbo as we enter the final minute of this opening period. 3-0 Green Hornet lead.
You got your second line in the Green Hornets containing the Red Army, much like what we did last week. If they don't run their legs, if they keep their energy level up and contain the Red Army before they can even break out, this is huge. This is huge for the Green Army. Let's see if they can keep it up. That's 1 period, 3-0. Let's see if they can keep it up.
So a golden opportunity here for the Green Hornets to add on to their lead. Omer Chiquan will take the face-off against Jackson. Delano. This is to Rick Gallant. Set up, this is Mitch Starr. Starr off the shoulder, or check that, off the elbow of Ragusa. And Ricci will take this one up for the Red Army. Feeds it to Woody Borg. Borg looking to take it himself. Delano showing some pressure off of Borg. This one comes back to Ricci. Puck up high, this is back over to Gallant. Hansen trying to strip it loose from Gallant, does, and here comes Jackson back other way. Delano clears it quickly. This is Chiquan, 13 seconds. Green Hornets looking to set up for one more play. Gallant back to Chiquan. Chiquan looking to set this one up, gaining possession. No one there for the finish. And so a missed opportunity there for the Green Hornets in the final seconds of this opening period. Nevertheless, a 3-0 lead. But for the Red Army, this isn't the first time they've seen themselves in a hole as such. And now it's just a matter of what they will do in the next 2 periods. 3-0 is our score. We'll be back for more Over 50 Cup here on the Pontella Broadcasting Network. Just moments away from starting the second period, Angelo Pontello and Angelo Pontello with you here. Over 50 cup action here at the iSports Forums North Rink. And already, Angelo, as we kind of look at the Green Hornets real quick, Omer Chiquan with 2 goals already, Rick Gallant with 2 assists, as Paul Delano was able to record a goal and an assist. And don't forget the other assist by Mitch Starr.
Yeah, no surprise there. That's their team right now, usually losing that mix. But obviously being out, that's not being able to help it. You can see how everybody's picking it up.
Woody Borg trying to pick it up here for the Red Army, trailing 3-0 over the Green Hornets, as this one is stopped by Gardner.
Yeah, you're going to see more and more of that. Woody's going to start trying to amp it up a bit. He's going to try to take more control of the game. It's up to the Red Army, the other support team, to help them out to be able to be in open spots to finish off those plays.
Woody Borg last week finished with 2 goals and 4 assists in a 10-5 win over the Golden Knights. And again, it just goes to show you that even in key situations, if Woody Borg has to take it himself, statistically, he has done a tremendous job for this Red Army team. This one taken aback. Sutherland trying to go for the shot, defended well by Dominici. Beat Dominici in the corner, finds Hansen. Phil Field pushes through, takes a shot himself. Ragusa knocks it away. Rebound chance by Field, knocked away. Third opportunity, missed the chance for Phil Field to tap it in. Open back door, and the longtime over 50 defenseman just couldn't put it in that time.
Yeah, you see Woody kind of cheating up here at the blue line, waiting for a puck to come loose, and as long as they can have those turnovers, that second line's got to capitalize.
Hansen stripped away by Pompous. Chiquan finds an open Gallant far side. Dominici and Lugo back. Gallant sets it back to Chiquan, looking for the one-timer. Knocked away. Biding his time. Starr trying to put it in, could not. Green Hornets maintain possession. This is back to Delano. Back to Gallant in the corner. Lugo showing some pressure. Set up, Mitch Starr almost had a shot there just off to the left. Ricci looking for Heldwin, intercepted. This is back to Gallant and the Green Hornets. Gallant through 2 defenders. This is Chiquan. Couldn't make a move off of Dominici. Woody Borg picks up on the puck. Delano back at defense. Borg shot fired off of Gardner, and the Red Army have their first goal.
Oh, there you go, just like we were saying. Woody starts doing a little bit more cheating, starts moving up on the forward line. He's going to try to take control. Had a wide open man, but he chose to shoot instead. Gardner should have stayed focused on the shot. Kind of went through the legs. Good shot. He's accurate. Don't get me wrong, this guy can score a goal when he needs to.
And so a little bit of a good bounce in favor of the Red Army. Bounces off of Gardner to go to the net. And so the Red Army finally had their first goal on the board today with 10:02 to go in the second. Of course, for the goal, looking back at last week, the Red Army were down 5-3 at one point over the Golden Knights before they came back with 7 unanswered goals starting in the waning moments of the second period. So if the Red Army need to stage a comeback, they have done so before, and they could certainly do it again. Hartley McDonald trying to wait for the shot just off the point and in. Hartley McDonald still with his goal scoring comes in clutch for the Red Army.
There you go. You can call this a transition in the game. But again, the second line's got the supporting cast for the Red Army have to contribute, and they'll have. So even though the Green Army has pretty much contained Woody, now you're going to see the likes of Hartley McDonald, Mike Ricci, the center. These guys can play against their line too, so it's more even, and it's exciting to watch.
So with that, from what has been a comfortable 3-0 lead for the Green Hornets, the Red Army ferociously come back and now just need the equalizing goal to make this a strong game again. Lussman in his own end, intercepted by Heldwin. Sutherland showing pressure. Off the boards, McDonald to Sharina. Field looking to take this one away, and he clears it for the Green Hornets. Ragusa maintains possession, looking for options for this Red Army team, and it comes back over to Lussman. Lussman now looking for options, bounces off of Falbo. And Lussman continuing to shoot it into Falbo, trying to clear this one out. Finally gets it off to a defender. Gallant working against Reels. Gallant slipped up as a Red Army player trying to hold some defense. And now Gallant and the Red Army just having a little bit of altercation. Meanwhile, referees let this one go, or did they?
I think they were calling it outside here, trying to kill some time. I think they're trying to cool it down. Hartley went aggressively after Rick there, caught his skates. I don't think it was intentional, but nonetheless, Rick took exception to it, let Hartley know his business. So we'll see what that comes. But again, Hartley's that kind of a player. He plays physical and he's intense, and so if you're not prepared, you're going to go down by accident.
And for this Red Army squad, this is the first time where we've seen that offensive beast wake up. And again, Red Army within this past few minutes have really stepped things up, playing physical and finding their way back into this game as Lugo works things on the far side. This pass off the boards, this is to Star. Star looking for a clean pass, zings it to Chiquan. Gallant is up. Gallant. Chiquan, nice move, knocked away by Ragusa. Chiquan looking for Delano, taken away by Borg. Shot into Dominici. Falbo off the boards, finds Woody Borg. Borg's got some room. Pampa showing some pressure. This one back to Falbo, shot taken, knocked off by Gardner. Falbo's second hand effort, looking for the finishing touch, and off the top shelf goes Mike Jackson, and we are all tied up here at the iSports Forum. A defensive collapse for this Green Hornet team within a 3-minute span. And that just goes to show you, Angelo, that this Red Army beast can wake up at any given opportunity.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit more aggressively. Woody contained it at the blue line, kept it in. And again, as I've been saying, supporting pass. Can't be the Woody show, and sure enough, Falbo gets it in front of the net. I can't remember who scored there, but it was like he was there for the tip and backhand shot. There you go. Defense laps.
Mike Jackson doesn't get that many goals often, but he comes up with his third goal of this season as Heldwin and Campos take the face-off. This pass comes back over to Heldwin. Scott Heldwin on the move, off the boards, fights his way through into the corner of the Green Hornet zone. Dominici. Taken away by a Green Hornet defender. Borg winds up for the shot off the shoulder of Gardner. Comes back in the corner.
Green's playing a little disorganized right now. They got to settle down.
Hartley McDonald against Delano. Delano coming away with the puck. Knocked off by Heldwin. Looking to set back up. Sky Heldwin bounced off of Gardner. And this one goes off the boards. Campos takes this one up for the Green Hornets. Will fire a shot. Defended well by Borg. Back is to McDonald, looking for Ricci. And out of his reach, it comes back over to Mark Walker. Pass stopped by Borg. Field knocking Borg off the puck. Sutherland trying to get it out of Borg's reach. Lussman trying to maintain possession away from Woody Borg. And this one comes up to Lugo. Lugo looking for Hansen just out of his reach. Comes back in the Green Hornet end. Borg skating into the Green Hornet end. He'll slip and fall. This one taken back. Red Army trying to cash in early. Foul ball shot on through. Gardner knocks it away. Borg and the Red Army looking for another offensive opportunity. Field knocks Borg off the puck.
That's Woody's first shift right there, 5 minutes and 12 seconds.
Field gets a piece of the puck. This one taken back by Lussman. Off the boards. Hunger passes back to Walker. Walker's shot off right. Foul ball up. Gallant trying to maintain possession for the Green Hornets. Lugo back over to Sharina. Chiquan steps in, and it comes back into the Green Hornet end. Chiquan working quickly. Gets away from two Red Army players. This one now off to Gallant into the Red Army zone. Elwin and Reels trying to maintain possession. Chiquan skates around, shot fired just over the crossbar that time. Ragusa lucky that one didn't get any closer. Gallant, back is to Chiquan. Bides time. Defended off, looking for the chip shot chance. Mitch Stark couldn't capitalize. Delano trying to cash this in, but could not. Red Army break it down defensively. This one comes back to Pompos. This is Chiquan. Lots of activity near side on the Red Army zone. Gallant shot fired, knocked away by the defense. Chiquan maintains possession for the Green Hornets. This one back to Gallant. Red Army staying in a formation defensively. Pompos keeps it rolling. Reels trying to clear this one away. Stopped by Gallant. This one back to Pompos. Shot fired just off to the right side. Delano keeping it in the zone does. Another opportunity for the Green Hornets to cash in. Delano, no one there, gives it right up to the Red Army. Looking to feed it up to Helwin just out of his reach. And this one's going to go all the way back for an icing call.
That was a nice 2-minute break for Woody. Now he's on the ice and he's fresh, and now their Green's best line's going out for a change. So it was a big transition. Green had a lot of pressure on him, but didn't take advantage of that.
Which has been absolutely huge. Angelo, how many times have you counted up those opportunities for the Green Hornets? I counted at least 5 or 6, and not for one of them to go in. That is absolutely a huge win for the Red Army.
Yep, you're great on both 5 or 6 chances there.
3:20 in the second period. We are all tied up at 3 after the Green Hornets started off with a 3-0 lead. The Red Army ferociously came back in the second period to tie it all up at 3, and we have been at a stagnant point here in Over 50 Cup. Fields pass up to Sutherland, taken away by Ricci. Ricci in the corner. Finds Borg opposite corner and finds an open Jackson in the center. Mike Jackson back to Ricci. Shot deflected into Lussman. Ricci sets back up. Tipped by Walker. And on the move near side is Hunger. Hunger's going to wind up for the shot off of Ragusa, but he brings it back in for the save. Of course, for Chris Ragusa.
Almost got fooled on that last shot. You can see a little trouble with his right kick save there.
Ragusa averaging just under 3 goals given up a game, including the playoffs. Currently has the best GAA in the over 50 hockey season. Trying to maintain that right to the very finish. Meanwhile, Bob Gardner right in the mix of things as well. Second best statistic in GAA. And right now for the Green Hornets, they're trying to do everything they can to come back and retake this lead. Again, after giving up 3 unanswered. Lugo shot far off to the right. Delano will take this one himself, gets around Lugo. 2 defenders back for the Red Army. Feeds it back over to Starr. Shot in the corner!
Nice
and
play.
Mitch Starr strikes for the Green Hornets, and they retake the lead.
Mitch was just finding himself open space, getting it up Paul's way. Paul took the patience, had the time. He could have took the shot. I think he fooled Chris a little bit because when he dished that off, Mitch just had to just take a shot. That was it. Perfectly placed shot. That was a nice goal.
Green Hornets giving the Red Army a little taste of their own medicine. And of course, one of the ways how Matt Sharina was able to score last week, especially off that defensive position, trying to pull a fast one on the Red Army. And sure enough, That is what the Green Hornets did. And here comes Chiquan looking for more. Chiquan bides time, shot over the crossbar. Reels, gives it to Galan and the Green Hornets in the corner. Looking for Delano, taken away by Heldwin. And the Green Hornets kept it in the zone just enough before the Red Army took it out.
They got away with a trip there on call.
Chiquan trying to make a move off of Sharina. Matt Sharina did not buy it. Ragusa knocks it away. Chiquan gets it back over to Delano. Winds up. Bounces off of Sharina. Final minute of the second period. Here comes Helwin for the Red Army. Delano back in his own corner. Chiquan on the move. This one off the boards. Jackson trying to feed it back the other way. Gallant could not keep possession of it and comes back to Woody Borg. This is Hartley McDonald near side, has a lot of room. McDonald struggles with possession. Borg trying to finish, looking around for Gardner, and it's Bob Gardner who makes the stop. Just kept up right with Woody Borg, had him in his trenches, but Gardner gets in there and makes a big stop.
You watch that save, this third period's coming up here. Let's see if that's not the pivotal save of the game right there. Woody alone, all their best players are off right now, and it's just Woody against Gardner. Perfect.
And with that, Red Army have perhaps one final chance in this second period to tie things up. Mike Jackson with the face-off against Brian Pompous.
That's 3.5 minutes Woody stayed on this whole period. He's only been off once.
And that just goes to show you folks how crucial of a role Woody Borg plays with this Red Army squad. Anything he can do, especially in the playoff time, setting up his team has been key. Field able to clear it away past Dominici. And with that, 2 periods in the books in this over 50 Cup match. 4-3 Green Hornets with an exciting third period upcoming here on the Pontella Broadcasting Network. Don't go anywhere. If you need to grab a beer or a pop, now's the time to do so. And if you're here, definitely check out the Power Play Grill, the official grill of the iSports Forum. And we will have a moment to step aside, but Red Army will look for some answers on the other side of this break. Third and final period, Omer Chiquan and Scott Helwin on the face-off. As the Green Hornets now hang on to a tight 4-3 lead over the Red Army, trying to spoil the ending to what has been a magical season thus far. And Bob Garner, not exactly sure what he was checking for, but if there was any more luck for the Red Army, that one could have been a dangerous opportunity. As Ricci dumps it back in the Green Hornet end. Elwin trying to capitalize on the wraparound shot, defended well by Gardner. Sharina. So Matt Sharina getting it back in the Green Hornet end, waiting for Mark Walker to take this one up, and he finds Starr. Mitch Starr, one of those players that was rated that was a 3-star in summer 2019, already has had a big game in this over 50 Cup. 1 goal, 1 assist. And how about that for a 3-star player trying to make a difference against this undefeated Red Army team?
Well, he's stepping up, that's for sure. They have to keep on going. There's a lot of time left in this period.
Borg. Pressure from Chiquan. Dominici looking for the league's leading scorer. Borg tripping over a stick.
Oh, he tried to go right through and he crashed through Paul and he crashed through Omer at the same time. That's getting a little rough.
I would not be surprised if more physical activity happens in this third and final period.
There you go, nice strip.
Pompous keeps it to a Green Hornet man, but taken away for the Red Army.
You got Woody playing up by center area. Supposed to be defense, and he's going back now. You watch, he's looking like a hawk. He's ready to pick up, hook off, and go in. Trying to save his energy.
Hunger looking to set this one back up just off of Ragusa's post. Woody Borg
And here he goes.
takes this one himself. This is 4-on-3 for the Red Army. Borg trying to get through two defenders, still alive with the puck, but has to regroup. Borg defended well. Sutherland forces Borg to dump it in the end. Hansen can't keep it rolling. This is Delano. Paul Delano near side. 3-on-2 for the Green Hornets. Delano cuts back towards center, defended by Sharina, taken away by Falbo.
Nice drop pass, but he wasn't ready for it.
Feeds it up from Falbo. Delano gets this puck near side, back in the Red Army zone. Bounce off the knees of Ragusa. Delano, second hand effort, third shot chance. Knocked away, and boy, oh boy, Paul Delano could have made this a 2-goal lead for the Green Hornets, but just off of his reach.
A lot of effort there, a lot of effort on that guy. He's like, go, go, go. Pass go in front again, nobody there.
Field gets it back in the Red Army end. Heldwin looking for Ricci on the right side's got him. Mike Ricci trying to show some late third period magic, could not connect. Lugo is back to Ricci in the Green Hornet end. Pompous trying to get around Ricci, could not without some contact involved. And a shot chance taking it back. Sharina trying to come through. Gardner watches the puck go through as Heldwin ties it up for the Red Army.
Again, puck support. Woody's not on the ice. Sharina, Hellman, all these guys are effort. And they want to win too. Now we got a tied game. It's a whole new ball game with 8 minutes left.
Heldwin for the second week in a row ties things up in the third period in postseason action. And at 4-all, who knows what's going to happen with 8:04 in regulation.
Yeah, you got second line playing against second line, and right now the green team doesn't have an answer for that second line. They're still playing aggressive. It's a 4-4 game. This is tight.
Gallant off the boards, gets it back in the Red Army end. Dominici meets the puck. Intercepted, big opportunity for the Green Hornets if they can capitalize. Mitch Starr back to Chiquan. Chiquan maintaining possession, gets it back out to Walker. Walker shot, blocked by Jackson. Off to the side looking for Hansen. Jackson stripped loose by Walker. Puck knocked high. An offsides call made by the blue line.
Now the first line's a little tight. Woody's turned back on. Let's see how they handle it.
So Omer Chiquan takes the face-off against Jackson. Rick Gallant still on there for the Green Hornets. Defenders back, Brian Pompous and Paul Delano. This is the Gallant. As Gallant looks to set this one up, stopped by Dominici. Chiquan in the corner, looking for the back setup. Finds Pompous, has a lot of room on point. Will fire the shot with him, bounces off of Ragusa and company. Gallant, the Green Hornets pick up. Set up chance, Chiquan. Stopped by Ragusa for the save. And the initial look, Angelo, looked like he might have had another lead for the Green Hornets, but Ragusa comes in there and makes a clutch stop.
That's a Bowling Green Falcon goalie for you right there. Had a great leg save, great anticipation. Saw that shot coming, got his leg pad down. Shout out to the BGSU Falcons there.
So Heldwin and Chiquan will take the face-off deep in the Red Army zone. Green Hornets trying to look for their third lead take of the game as this one gets cleared all the way back in the Green Hornet end, and an icing call there.
So we had the shot by, that save by, so anyways, Chris Ragusa makes that save. You're going to look back and say if that was the game-saving change for him, and Bob Gardner made the other one last period. So they both came up with one brilliant save to keep both teams in this game.
So now take two for the Green Hornets. Same scenario as Ricci this time gets it back to Borg in his own end. Ricci with some open room near side, looking for Heldwin just to pass out of his reach. Delano is back to cover it. And it seems like, Angelo, in this third period, we're starting to see a little bit more of these passes by the Red Army as a dump and chase deal, because you got the speed of Heldwin, speed of Borg, trying to make things happen.
Bounced over the stick there. A couple good efforts there. Going both ways there, but go ahead, Ian.
So with the puck stopped in the Red Army bench, just kind of picking up on that subject line, Red Army, we're seeing a little bit more of that dump and chase, just like we saw there, Ricci trying to get it out to Heldwin and forcing Heldwin in speed to catch up to the puck and making the Green Hornets chase back for it.
And just as quick on the transition, it was a quick 1 or 2 pass play up to the other side with about 2 good scoring chances. So they got to watch out for that. It might take them off guard.
Puck is back to Dominici.
There goes Woody breaking up center. That's all they're going to do is try to dump it up to him.
Clears it out. Walker shoots it right to the Red Army. This is Heldwin near side, trying to skate back up center. Good crisp pass. Looking to finish to Gardner. Wraparound shot off to Ricci. Just shoots it off the side of the net. Trying to finish, but the goal will not count as Gardner tried to make the stop. The net goes off balance.
Went off the mooring, yeah.
But initially, Bob Gardner coming out of that crease to try to make the stop, almost paid for it. Red Army had a couple of chances there by Mike Ricci, but his shots kept going off to the side of the net.
This game's going to go either way with all the chances they're getting. It's whoever going to get that last chance and capitalize. But he's still not off the ice. Goes to show you, he's going to take up a lot of this ice time.
Puck back to Dominici. Looking to feed it to Borg. Gets it to Woody Borg. He is defended by Mark Walker. Slight collision there. Hunger trying to clear this one away. Struggling to do so. But the Red Army forced to regroup. Green Hornets now double covering Woody Borg as it gets back to Dominici to Tony Lugo.
Well, single coverage actually, Phil Woods, but that is like double coverage.
5:43 remaining in regulation. We are all tied up at 4.
Well, the green team looks like they're not going after the puck as much as they did the first 2 periods. This could be the death knell for them. If they don't, they got to keep it going. Somehow they got to find the energy.
So Woody Borg once again back in his own end. Matt Sharina steps back onto the ice. Borg's going to take this one himself. Green Hornets trying to play defense here. Borg shot way off to the right, top and right. But it looked like Borg was shooting off his back skate. And usually anytime you shoot off a back skate, the results are not always going to look pretty.
Well, it looks like he's getting a little tired, but that's a possibility for him. But there he is, he's going off the ice. So 5 minutes left to go, and we'll see what he does.
Mike Jackson on the corner side, defended well by Delano, trying to get this one off to Falbo. Here comes Sharina, kick save. Falbo trying to add this one in. No one there for the finish touch. Red Army, another opportunity to put this one in, and just misses off the mark.
Oh, no shit.
Delano slips and falls, but is picked up by Hunger. Hunger puts it back in the Red Army end, bounces out. This is out to Hartley McDonald. Gets back to Delano. Field trying to get to the puck first. Hartley McDonald keeps it in the Green Hornet zone. Here comes Heldwin with speed. Shot just off to the right side. Sharina out to Ricci. Delano. Just out of Sharina's reach. Here comes Omer Chiquan. One defender back for the Red Army. Chiquan, nice deke move. Stripped loose by Sharina. Taken away by Heldwin. This is out to Mike Ricci on the right side. Looking to set this back up. Hartley McDonald off of Lussman. And the puck gets stuck on the back net with 3:38 remaining.
I didn't see what happened there, but while the green team was in the red offensive zone, behind on the defensive zone on the green side, there was some kind of collision or something that involved Phil Fields, 2 or 3 guys offside. Not sure what had happened there. Now Woody's back out for 3:38. I would guess to say he's not coming off the ice for the rest of the game. That's where the focus will be.
And again, Woody Borg has some help in Scott Heldwin and Matt Sharina, or check that, Mike Falbo and Pete Dominici on the ice as well. So if they need some additional supporting cast, that's one way to do it. But again, with 3:22, expect there to be a few substitutions in this Red Army lineup. Dominici gets it right back to Borg. Borg, defended by Starr, gets in the reach, but Borg maintains possession. Borg trying to make some nifty footwork around the Green Hornets. Still with the puck, biding time. This is back to Dominici, winds up for the shot, shoots it into Gallant. Rick Gallant skating for this puck. Woody Borg trying to play back at defense. Chacuan, big chance here, looking to score. It's in, no! He got stopped by Ragusa! Chris Ragusa, the man, the myth, the legend, keeps it tied up with 2.5 remaining.
That was unbelievable.
Shaquan, we all thought here in the booth he might have had a easy opportunity off that breakaway, but that just goes to show you, Angelo, that when it's over 50 cup style, anything goes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Shot fired just off the side of Gardner. Red Army regroup. Shaquan looking off the side, just out of the reach of Sutherland. Ragusa knocks it high. Shot chance, shoots it into a defender. Ragusa.
Nice save.
But that goes to show you the ability, the veteran experience of Matt Sharina to be in the right place at the right time to set it up. Chacuan trying to fire this one in. Ragusa trying to hang on for the save, and he does once again. Gardner, he's going to skate up for this. No, he's going to held back to Delano. Already, Angelo, both keepers getting way out of their crease, taking some big chances. Shot chance, falling over a stick is Delano. And this one out to Sharina.
Nice flash.
And this one cuts up to Hartley McDonald. Open chance here. McDonald keeps it back, fires, and puts it through.
That was an absolute interference on Ricci right here at the center. Slashed the defenseman's stick before he even got to the puck. The ref didn't call it. Puck squirts to McDonald. He gets it in there, has lots of patience. Waited for Bob Gardner to move. That's an unfortunate way to go, but you know what? Refs got to call those plays. They don't, and that's what happens.
And so with that timeout called, I believe it's going to be on the Green Hornets. It is. And so with that, Hartley McDonald could have the goal, the game-winning goal, but nevertheless with 110, who knows what to experience here. We've already seen some close shots by Omer Chacuan and lots of dangerous efforts from both keepers getting out of their crease. So who knows what's going to happen here in this next 70 seconds.
Well, that Chris Ragusa, it's the Chris Ragusa show today. I mean, he's made like several amazing saves to keep this Red Army team in. And just like that, transition, turnover, and look at that, Red Army capitalizes. How many times do you see one team go down, put all that pressure on, only to have the goalie stop them, and comes back the other way to score the goal?
So with this timeout as well, we kind of recapped what has been going on that led up to this scoreline we see right now. Green Hornets started off with a 3-0 lead before the Red Army ferociously tied things up at 3-all in the middle of the second period, and then from there it's just been back and forth. But it goes to show you that this Red Army unit has really found a way where even though they're down, they've always found a way to respond to ultimately tie things up and keep up, and now for the first time have a lead here at the Ice Sports Forum's North Rink. And now the Green Hornets have to find a way to equalize here. Delano looking back for Gallant. Woody Borg with the puck. Already an empty net for the Green Hornets. They are throwing the kitchen sink here, showing pressure on Borg. Gets off to Rick Gallant. Borg keeps it moving. Walker back to Gallant. Key thing here is possession for the Green Hornets. If the Red Army have it, especially if it's Heldwin or Borg, it could practically be the game. And so I'm not exactly sure if the referees halt the whistle, but the way their body language showed, it looked like it should have been a stop, but they still keep play going. Rather, one of the more confusing things there. Chacuan off of Ragusa. This is off to Dominici. And the Green Hornets trying to come for one shot. Nope, they're not going to get it. But there you have it. The Red Army do the unthinkable that no other over 50 hockey team has done this year. They go a perfect 14-0 and will come away defending the over 50 Cup title.
Yeah, well, when you talk about what does teams deserve and who deserves to win and who deserves to lose, this one here was just all hustle, both sides. It was disheartening for the green team, for the Green Hornets, obviously, to lose it like that. But you know what? It's all about that effort. It's all about that second chance, and it did look like the last 5 minutes they kind of run out of a little bit of gas. They stayed toe-to-toe with the Red Army for the whole game, and just at the end, there just a couple poor mistakes, and it cost them.
And so you look at how this game has unfolded, and again, Hartley McDonald. And like we talked about in the pregame, Angelo, whether it was Hartley McDonald, Scott Helwin, or Woody Borg, it seemed like one of these three players was going to ultimately come up with a difference-making play. And sure enough, the game-winning goal by Hartley McDonald completes what has been a storybook season for this Red Army squad. What we like to call a second storybook season, beating their own record 10-0-2 in the regular season, and then coming through and finding a way to win against strong opponents like the Golden Knights and the Green Hornets, and now they can see their dream officially come into realization.
Well, the amazing part about it all is we was 1 week off and then we started all over again. So it's good to have you know, that extra beer and the chicken wings at the end. But you gotta have a short memory because next season's starting up pretty quick. But this one will be a little sweet for these guys to remember, because for all those guys on the Red Army, you got some of the guys they're gonna think about it for a while, like the Kevin Rios and Matt Sharina, Mike Jackson, Tony Lugo. Like these guys, you know, they're part of a big team here, and all of their effort, your second lines, your third lines, they're going toe-to-toe with everybody else's second and third line. And in today, it wasn't so much the Woody shows, it was the second liners, the guys that needed to stick up and have puck support for the team. And Green Army had an answer for it all the way up to the last couple minutes of this game.
Hartley McDonald finishing with 2 goals scored, along with Scott Heldwin also with the 2 goals. But you mentioned it not being the Woody show. He only came away with 1 assist here today, Angelo. As much hustle and effort we have seen him play, he's only come up with 1 assist. But that, again, goes to show you what we've been talking about, just a complete team effort here for this Red Army squad. And they've just found a way to come through, win it, and now become the first team in over 50 hockey history to finish 14-0 on a season.
Yep. Kudos to the Red Army. They deserved it. It was a team that should have won, although you got to play the game. And the Green Army came out to try to do that, to knock them off the pedestal. But you know what? Came a little bit short. And you know, I can't say enough about all the puck support that the Red Army played in that 14-0 win. It's like complete team, complete game. You know, it surprises me that from their weakest link to the strongest link, there was no one superstar on this team. This team played a unique team game, how every game in over 50 hockey should be played. It's good to see a win like this for these guys. The green team should not feel ashamed or embarrassed or anything. I mean, it was a well-thought game. It would have been a huge upset if they would have scored. But the key person today, Chris Ragusa, he made 3 brilliant saves that were Division 1A stuff, and my hat's off to him. That was just an amazing game by him. Gardner played an amazing game too, and you know, 1 shot short.
And so with that as well, again, a hard-fought effort by the Green Hornets, but in the end, it was the Red Army coming back in the 3rd period, that 3rd period magic that came through, and this time it was Hartley McDonald that came away with the score. And so with that, the Red Army, your summer 2019 over 50 hockey champions. We want to thank everybody for watching this game here today. As always, we do appreciate your support, but we'll be back again next season for more over 50 hockey action. Make sure to tune in. Keep us locked in here on the iSports Forum's website at www.isportsforum.com, along with our Facebook page as well for other updates and standings. But on behalf of Angelo Pontello, I'm Angelo Pontello saying so long, good night. We hope everybody has a blessed week, and we will see you guys back here next year. Take care, everyone.